Parish Social Ministry of St. Anne's, which is in Brentwood, donates hundreds of gifts and boxes of food and cookies to seniors and families in need. Joining us now is Danielle Campbell, who's the Director of Communication and Development for Catholic Charities of Long Island. Danielle, good to see you.
Good to see you. Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
This is our Christmas week.
I know,
right?
It's a great week.
We're still kind of like absorbing the whole thing.
Well, I always say there's still cookies around, so it's still Christmas, right? You know, it's an interesting thing. You're talking about outreach, and I always look at outreach as sort of the emergency room of a parish. You know, like anything could kind of happen, and anybody could kind of walk in the door, and it's such a vital part of all of our parishes, right?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So Parish Social Ministry, we kind of call it PSM.
Yeah.
Those are, like, you know, we talk about boots on the ground, right? I mean, it's just a good phrase. They are the people that are boots on the ground. Somebody comes to the parish, they need help, financial, food, clothing, guidance. They're the first line of resource, and they're in our parishes, and they're amazing. Many of them volunteers and spend a lot of time making sure that their community in the parish is cared for. Not just Catholics, everyone is cared for. And I had some great pictures showing you St. Anne's Parish Social Ministry. They got together. I mean, if you see the pictures, it's crazy. Hundreds of boxes of goodies, and the students volunteered. They had gifts, they had food. They also minister to the women who are incarcerated, their families, their children. They deliver the gifts. I mean, it really is just amazing what Parish Social Ministries does. But again, they're the first line of help and resources. And what's great is Catholic Charities helps them. So they come to us and say, we have a family that is being kicked out of a home or doesn't have anywhere to live. Sure. And they come to us, and then Catholic Charities is able to do what we do best, which is help them find a place to live and get them into the system and do all that little bit of the more, paperwork kind of thing, and get that job done.
I love the idea of getting younger people involved too, because, our young people really have to learn about giving. And I think that's part, like sometimes it's for a confirmation requirement or something like that, which is fine. But I mean, at the same time, we're creating hearts that want to reach out and help other people. And that continues the life of faith, really, right?
Right, and we have to be role models to our children, and they're role models to us. Because many times they step forward before we do. So it's just so beautiful to see them. Another story I wanted to tell you about was Martha. I got this great opportunity to go around Catholic Charities and the whole agency across Long Island. And I met Martha. She's in our senior housing, and basically we support them financially, help them live in a home. And Martha, this is some of her, she showed me her artwork. She does needlepoint, and and she was just so proud. But look at that place.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. She's had a very difficult, challenging life. She had nowhere to turn. She came to Catholic Charities, and we were able to set her up and get her into a home. It's the Thea Bauman home that we have in Amityville. And we have, I think 150 seniors living there. We also have seniors with disabilities. So our homes are a big part of what we do.
And you're bringing dignity to people, which is part of what we're called to, right? To give people like that a dignified place to live. The other day I was in the rectory. Interesting story. And I hear somebody kind of wailing, and I look out the window, and we have a statue of the Sacred Heart with a bench in front of it on the lawn. And there was a man sitting there, hysterical. Mm-hmm. So I went outside, and he explained that he is homeless. He lost his home. He had no place to live. It's Christmas. There's no family. What am I going to do? And I brought him across the street to our outreach, and they started that same process, applying with Catholic Charities to find housing for this gentleman, et cetera, et cetera. And again, to bring dignity back, right? When you did it for the least, you did it for me, Jesus says in the Bible. And that's kind of the story, right?
I mean, that's the bottom line, that we're able to do what Jesus has called us to do, to help those and to love one another. I mean, it's,
That's the story.
A very simple thing to do.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, and I think that's part of what you're doing. Like, in many ways, Catholic Charities is looking for that kind of help, right? So you're kind of asking people, hey, step forward and be a part of this great stuff, right?
Yeah, we absolutely are. We have our Christmas fundraiser, that's still in effect, and people can donate to us and help us in our great mission, our great work. There's a QR code that we put up. And we have an Amazon wish list too, which I think is so cool because I get it. Some people just don't want to give money.
Right.
And maybe they're a little nervous about that. But the Amazon wish list is a great way for people to donate.
What kind of stuff's on that wish list?
Crafts and socks and soap and shampoo. And it's for our addiction services, our homes for seniors, our homes for developmentally disabled.
Yeah.
Crafts for, all our seniors love doing crafts, and our Meals on Wheels. So all kinds of great ways to help people through that Amazon wish list as well.
I love that. I met somebody in the parish the other day who participates in the Meals on Wheels, and we had done a story on it a couple of weeks ago, if you remember.
Yeah.
And she said, I was so nervous about my dad. He lost his wife. She goes, my mom died, and he was home alone. He wasn't eating properly, not integrated. And she said, then he got hooked up with Meals on Wheels, and he met this guy who was so nice, and he just kept bonded with this guy. He looked forward to the visit. And she said he's out of those doldrums. He's out of that sadness, and he's going to one of our senior centers too.
Wow.
So isn't that great? I mean, it's just a beautiful story, right?
Oh, I just love it. And that's what I hear when I go to the senior centers. I have to tell you, Monsignor, it was such a gift this Christmas season to go to the different parts of our agency, Catholic Charities. It was such a gift to me to see the joy, the love, the dignity that we are giving seniors, veterans, the people with developmental disabilities, addiction services. It just touched my heart. It was really a Christmas gift to me.
I agree, and this is such an important part of the life of the church, and I just think what you're doing is great stuff, Danielle.
Yeah.
Give them the website again and get that QR code up. Let's see what
Catholic Charities .cc. It's Catholic Charities of Long Island. It comes right up. I made sure that website comes right up for you. We have great stories of hope that we've been brand new on our website. You can read about the different people that we meet and their stories and how they have been helped by Catholic Charities, because I want people to know that Catholic Charities is reaching out to the community, helping those in need, and it's all faiths that we are helping. And I'm so proud to be there.
Whenever we see you, it's always good news. That's great. Glad you joined us today.
Thanks for coming in.